So everybody, welcome to the show. Super excited to have Suke Jawanda, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of the Bluetooth Special Interest Group. Hi.
Hi, great to be here. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, good to catch up. Thanks so much for having me down as a guest. We just had a really cool interview with Heap Salon, the Sensoria guys.
It's cool stuff. It's a great example of the innovation that's powered by Bluetooth Smart.
Yeah, there's so much stuff going on in Seattle and the rest of the world in this space. Let's just go into what is the Bluetooth SIG, and then we'll start from there. And the point of the show is basically give everybody some education on some opportunities in this huge paradigm shifting universe of connected devices and things, smartphones. And we have some just on display here, but we'll start with what is the SIG?
Sure. So the Bluetooth SIG is an industry organization made up of member companies. So we obviously own the Bluetooth brand. Our member companies, there's actually 19,000 of them right now. We add about 200 every single month. Wow. And that's from around the world. So it's amazing growth. And these are the companies that actually build the Bluetooth products. And so we help them obviously learn about Bluetooth, help them build Bluetooth products, help them evolve the Bluetooth specification itself, and then help them test and qualify their products on the back end so that when the consumer gets it, they can feel assured that that's a qualified Bluetooth product.
Very cool. Where did it all start? We're kind of the hit product in the space.
Well, you know, the killer app, so we are actually celebrating our 15th year as a technology. Thank you. It's a great year. And the killer application, I think the world knows Bluetooth as a wireless audio technology. So it started with the headset, with the phone. And that's evolved into headphones and speakers. I mean, Bluetooth speakers right now are absolutely everywhere, at every price point.
I noticed like there's this whole wave of little power speakers. My intern, Dre, hey Dre, he's got one in his backpack, and they're loud.
Hopefully it's a rockin' Bluetooth speaker Dre's got too. Yeah, so it's great, and it's really because now your music collection is on your phone, right? So it's in your pocket. It's not on CDs or somewhere, you know, in a massive CD closet. It's portable with you, and so you want a portable, high quality speaker for it to play with, and that's where Bluetooth comes through. It uses our Bluetooth Classic technology, which is basic rate enhanced data rate. We refer to it as BR-EDR, and that's a technology that we started out with, and it really is optimized for sending a continuous stream of data, like high quality voice or music, and that's not going away. We've actually experienced a 450% compound annual growth rate in the number of Bluetooth audio related products over the last couple of years. That's absolutely exploding.
I've seen them at CES, and it's mind-bending how much stuff is actually out there, the choice, and stuff I haven't seen or even thought of.
Yeah, and at every price point too, right? So just again with speakers, you've got, you know, whether it's Beats by Dre or Bose or other high-end companies coming out with great sound to brand new startups who've got really, really cool form factors for the X Games crowd, you know, for example. There's just amazing innovation on the audio front, and so that's not going away. But we're supplementing that with some really, really exciting stuff, which we call our Bluetooth Smart ecosystem.
So we're going to go into Bluetooth Smart and then talk about some interesting product we have on the table.
Yeah, so Bluetooth Smart is actually the brand name for a feature that was in our last or our latest specification. Bluetooth Low Energy is the feature. Bluetooth Smart is what the products are actually branded with for consumers, and what it is at its core, it's an ultra low power technology. And I gave an example at one point around you know, a chest rate strap, and so. Yeah, this is using BR-EDR technology, so Bluetooth Classic, and all the speakers will continue to do so. So is actually the stethoscope, but a lot of these new smartwatches, especially these fitness devices. So you've got a heart rate monitor like this, which is powered by, you know, a small coin cell battery or a button cell battery in the back. And if you're using Bluetooth Classic technology, BR-EDR, it'd work great, but from a power perspective, it lasts a couple of months without you having to go in and replace the battery. This is a Bluetooth Smart example. This is from a company called Dayton Technologies, and Polar makes a chest strap just like this as well, or very similar. And now they're using Bluetooth Smart technology. That same chest strap lasts a couple of years.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can like literally have it just built in, set it, forget it.
Exactly. And so the consumer doesn't have to think about it. Yeah. It's going to work with any Bluetooth Smart Ready phone the consumer already has. For example, this iOS device. This is my iPhone 5 here, and now the new Android devices that are picking up the version 4.3 of their OS. It just works with the devices the consumer already has.
Yeah, I just had our folks from Samsung come out to Seattle and visit not too long ago and show us their new devices, and it's just very interesting. So what is going on with the new Android spec?
Yeah, so Android, last week here or in late July, released version 4.3 of their operating system, and that has what we call native Bluetooth Smart Ready support. Yeah. And what that means is a Bluetooth Smart Ready product, it's ready to talk to the billions of Bluetooth classic products that are already out there and will continue to come on, especially the audio products, as well as the hundreds of millions and now coming up to billions of these Bluetooth smart accessories, these accessories with the companion applications.
So let me inject there. What's really interesting is we're going through a massive paradigm shift from funding campaigns that can take ideas that would take years to even get started with traditional funding mechanisms from angel and venture capital to now Indiegogo campaigns. And you wrote a blog post about that.
I did. I wrote about recently a blog post on Bluetooth.com. You can see that blog post about how you've got all these truly innovators who could have daytime jobs, right? And this is something they're doing on the margins. They've just got an idea, and it's an idea that requires something to wirelessly connect with something. And we looked at all the Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns earlier this year, and all the ones that were wireless related, and over 85% of them were using Bluetooth Smart as the wireless technology. And so it's the innovators are using this, and you could just go and give this stuff a try. Yeah. And does this idea fly? Do customers, not just focus groups or other things that are paid there to pitch?
Voting with their dollars.
Right, actual prospective customers voting with their dollars that want to see it. And that's fantastic for an entrepreneur because you could see if your idea resonates with real paying customers, you can actually do some really easy things like send surveys to these folks and ask them, what do you intend to do with it? Why did you buy it? What would you like to see in it from a feature perspective? Yeah. And these are real customers you can get some amazing product insight into. And then of course, that can help you design your V1 product. It can inform your V2 product. Yeah. But if you get your funding, you got a real product, boy, when you go to a VC or a later stage angel, you're coming to the table with a real product, not just an idea, with paying customers and feedback from those paying customers as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Huge. It's really just a consumerization of funding is the way you can think about it.
Good word. Consumerization of funding. You hear it here by Suke, and we're going to trademark that for you. I guess what excites you about this Internet of Things, and what does that mean?
Well, to us, it really means connecting anything to a web service, to an application, right? And so whether it's my Fitbit here that I've got, what makes this, when we talk about the brand Bluetooth Smart, low energy makes this power efficient. What makes it smart is when the data goes to the application and takes that data and turns into information for me, right? Exactly. Gives me the dashboard of my health.
It's the data, the synthesis of the data that's really the important part, but the transparency that the Bluetooth provides and the low hassle.
Right, which is the ubiquity of Bluetooth. The fact that it's in my phone, my tablet, my PC that I already have, and that can just connect to all this new stuff that I care about. Right, I feel like Bluetooth is actually what it's enabling right now is the Internet of my things, right?
Exactly.
So it's the stuff, it's the things I care about.
It's all the. Give me some examples of some other stuff that's not so, I guess, human centric.
Right. So from a product perspective, So when you look at, I got a Fitbit, I got a Nike Fuel Band. I mean, all these sports and fitness type of peripherals, right? Depending on what I'm into, I've got a sensor to measure how I'm doing against that. There's products that were at CES this last year. There's one called the Happy Fork, which
Hi, Happy Fork guys, great work. My friend actually did PR for that.
Oh, cool.
They get a lot of pub.
They do, but it's just it's novel, right? Where you've got you're measuring how many bites you're taking, are you eating too fast? So it's it's got Bluetooth in there. That's a Bluetooth Smart product. There is another one from a company called Parrot that had a little a sensor that for gardeners, that you put in a potted plant.
The plants.
Right. Yeah. So
agriculture's a huge business.
Totally. Is the soil dry? Do you need to water now? Don't just put water on there if you don't need to, right? You can be very intelligent, be very efficient with that, and all that's data is being, in essence, sensed and then sent via Bluetooth to applications, either on phones, tablets, or PCs, or really in the cloud, in the web service. And that's really what the Internet of Things is where you've got things sending data to applications.
It's almost like awareness.
It is, yeah. And then with that awareness, you can do something, or it can automatically do something. For example, we talked about, for agriculture, whether it's in the Western world or developing world, to know when to water something so you're not wasting water, right? You got sensors in the soil.
Water's a huge problem.
Yeah, and which plots of land you want to water. And if you've got intelligence just with sensors sending basic data like the moisture in the soil, well, the application then takes and triggers and says, all right, turn on the sprinklers over here or over there or for this long, because it's continuously being measured when there's enough water. It's just an example of really the intelligence of these sensors sending things to applications and the applications then turning that data into info. I don't want to wire it in. I just want it to work. I just want the right thing to happen for this to securely send the data from my run to my phone, right? And for the app then to take that and turn it into information, compare it for me, over the last weeks, months, years.
Yeah, my car's smarter than I am right now. My car has more sensors than I do.
Absolutely.
It's changing.
It is. It's changing. And so you've got this stuff. So from a consumer perspective, whatever you're into, I think you can have fun with that, in whether it's something in sports and fitness in a way that you never were able to engage before, or so there's the novel things from toys, in essence using Bluetooth Smart and embedding it into toys, to again these fitness devices, to health devices. Right, so for the 250 million diabetics around the world, right, for their glucose monitor.
Seeing the real-time ones from like Dexcom is amazing.
Yeah, Dexcom. There's other major manufacturers coming out with them, and the idea. My mom's a type 2 diabetic, and the idea where, every day she does that routine where she pricks her finger, draws blood, and that data that she has is disposable. Right, so she doesn't do anything with it. She doesn't write it down. She has that same useless conversation with her doctor every 6 months when he asks her how her blood sugar levels are, and she's just going to say some days are better than others. The idea is, well, what if her glucose monitor was Bluetooth Smart? What if it was connected and part of the connected world where she did her same routine, but that blood sugar level is going to her phone, where
monitor it, things are triggers.
Yeah, just if nothing else, just tracking it every day, but obviously, morphing into becoming a virtual coach for her. Not only is that great for her, right away, but next time she goes and sees her doctor and he asks that same question, it's like, well, here it is. Here's either a printout of it or here it is on my phone. Here's actual, data from my glucose monitor for you to make an informed medical decision on. And you can see where this is going, where she doesn't even need to take her phone in. This is just going from her glucose meter to her phone or tablet to the doctor's cloud, where they can have real-time access to it, and in essence set in the application in the cloud. Tell me when Mrs. Jawanda's readings are outside of these parameters. If that happens, they get an alert and they can make a preventative call for my mom. And if you look at that, all that happened because we brought a glucose monitor into the connected world via Bluetooth Smart, because it worked with the things she already had.
Yeah, we have a huge healthcare problem in the United States with 30% or something of our budget. And if we could chip away at it, we could pay for college for every student who wants to go, plus a master's degree.
Yeah. Well, I think there's two ways we can help. One is with all these sports and fitness devices. Well, that you can look at, this is preventative maintenance, right? Exactly. This is stuff, I'm aware of how many steps or lack of steps I'm doing, and it's going to motivate me to do more. So hopefully I don't incur some of these diseases. If I do incur some of these diseases, again, being able to remotely manage and monitor these diseases is going to be a lot more efficient and a lot more cost effective for the whole system as well. And so I think along the way, again, whether it's on the preventative side or if you do have something from the monitoring and management side, there's tremendous benefit. And this, again, is examples of the Internet of Things, how Bluetooth Smart is that low power link that's bringing these connected things into the connected world.
Okay, Suke, now the last thing, and this is a question for everybody out there, is how to connect up, what resources do you provide, things like that, and what's next for you?
Yeah, so a couple things. So one is Bluetooth.com is a great place to come and just learn about the technology. But if you're a developer, we have, especially over the last year, have put together tremendous resources for people that are even thinking about wireless. They need to go to developer.bluetooth.org. That's really a fantastic spot where it gives you the Bluetooth 101. We've got a bunch of quick start guides and tools to help you just get started, and this just continues to get better and better and better as a resource. So that's a fantastic place for any developer, whether you're currently developing with Bluetooth or even thinking about wireless, to go and check it out.
Is there a database of like sensors too that plugs in, or a list of companies?
Yeah, we've got a list of companies on Bluetooth.com you can access, or Bluetooth.org, which is really our member site, and it'll give you a list of all 19,000 member companies. So if you're looking for somebody, that's a place where you can go and
you have different member levels. I see you have Ericsson, Intel, Lenovo, Microsoft, Motorola, Nokia, and Toshiba. Down to 19,000 here.
Yeah, we've actually got 3 levels. So the Ericsson, Intel, Lenovo, Microsoft, Motorola, Nokia, and Toshiba. Those are actually our board member companies.
Yeah.
So we call them our promoter members. Yeah. A lot of those companies were there at the beginning, and they actually donate a lot of the initial intellectual property associated with it. Right. And then the wall behind us are actually our associate members. Okay. And these are companies that not only get discounts in when they qualify a Bluetooth product, but they're actually the ones that are driving the evolution of it. They actually influence what happens to the spec. Right. So it's a member-driven organization. And then we got thousands of adopter level members as well who are just trying to learn about the technology, and that's a free level, by the way. Okay. Where they learn about the technology, or they're just straight building products as well. So we've got those 3 levels of membership that are out there.
And then you got a blog?
I do got a blog.
What's your personal Do you on Twitter? How do people track?
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah. I guess I'm still old school, the email guy, right?
Email's good. Email's actually really effective.
I'm on Twitter, Suke Jawanda on Twitter. I've got a blog on Bluetooth.com you can access, and actually we have a number of bloggers that post what's happening, the latest and greatest on the industry and what's happening with the technology as well.
Awesome. Well, hey, this is Tim Reha. I want to thank Suke for having us down here at the Bluetooth World Headquarters, I guess.
Headquarters, that's right.
Headquarters. Yeah. In beautiful Kirkland, Washington. Check it out. Really friendly people, and thanks for your time.
Great. Thanks, Tim. It's a pleasure.